everyone, and welcome back to a bit of an interesting video for Timberborn today, as my mic recording died halfway through, and then before it died halfway through there was a bit of like audio weird recording, so it was all scratchy. It seemed that my microphone decided to not connect to my computer and jump over to my webcam, which then hasn't got the best quality. So anyway, today is just going to be a bit of a voiceover, so hopefully you guys will still enjoy it. I will try to do my best to commentary on what's going on, but hopefully you'll still enjoy the footage and my lovely voice. So yep, last episode we managed to get this dam put in place to catch the bad water. We're also hoping to get dynamite put in place here so that we can create this massive vat, or this little reservoir. We are also start of a 13-day drought, which should be interesting, but we should have enough water because of our little reserves. Although, I mean, I don't mind saying this at the moment, but our Spardock level is not looking good, even though we do have quite a fair amount in reserves. I don't think they're going to last the rest of the episodes, but hey ho, it's just one of those things. One of the other things that we definitely need to get done is to put the two double floodgates back in, because that's going to be, you know, if a bad tide comes, we're just going to spoil our entire crops, and be into some very deep trouble. So hopefully this lumberjack can finish cutting all this area down here. We've got our runes, so we can get our metal up and running as well, and yeah, hopefully we can get into a position where we can survive a good amount of droughts, you know, or bad tides or whatever. But I know we do have about 3 spare beavers, so definitely want to get a hauling post in so that we can actually finally start moving things at like a good rate. And I was debating on where to put it for quite a while, but then I thought, oh, hold on a minute, this is an area that we can't use because we want it for irrigation. So I thought we'll put it on planks. We have loads of planks as well. I'm not worried too much about it. We'll put the hauling post up there, delete the spare wood, because then that's just a waste of planks, which, well, we'll see very quickly why we need a lot of planks very soon. So we're also hoping to get this massive horrible power shaft in, because, well, as much as it is horrible and it is a bit of waste of planks, I think it's going to be really useful to try and get as much power as possible. But I was hoping to maybe get a large windmill in today, but then I forgot we need to get paper, which requires a place to put them, and we are going to do a bit of a redesign of this whole area. I think that's me thinking about it there and getting rid of one campfire, but I'm hoping to move all those houses, or the majority of the houses, up actually in this little corner, just to put them out the way. But I think, yeah, I was getting distracted, as I always do. I have a bit of a fight with myself on where I want to put these double floodgates, and then realised that, oh, no matter what way around I'm going to put them, it's going to look odd. So I end up deleting the 2 on the left hand side there. Yeah, I think this is me doing it now. And then just putting in some basic levees and some basic double floodgates, just to make sure that all the water is going where they need to go. Because I think that is one of the important things, is to make sure we still get that flow rate coming through, so that we can, you know, when we do get those other power wheels up and running, we can utilize it as much as possible, because it is a bit surprising on how much you need it, like desperately need it. So that's that basically done and sorted. we prioritize it as much as we can, because even though we know we've got the rest of the drought to build it, it's something that's scary, because if all we need is one bad tide coming through and we're in some major difficulties. But we do have some haulers in, but we do want to just deprioritize that. So if anyone is not got any workload, they're either in giving us signs or they're giving us haulers. I would love to prioritize the haulers a little bit more, but then we get into the situation of we have haulers but then nothing to haul with because all the other jobs are elsewhere. So that's just the situation that we're in, unfortunately. But I do want to try and get this bad water pump up so we can get into explosives, so we can then deal with that big reservoir. Because I think if that reservoir is up and running, I think that should last us a good amount of drought and bad water, more than what we can already do. And then just getting these small tanks in, I was a bit worried because we don't have loads of gears to hand. I think we've got some in, but I'd rather focus them elsewhere. So I just thought we'll put some small ones in. As I said, we're not really going to be having a huge demolition projects going on, so it should be fine. And then just making sure that the research is handled a wee bit better. And then thinking about, do I put triple lodge in or do I put a double lodge in? I think I have made a little mistake. Sorry, my apologies. Where did I put these in? I didn't watch this. I just thought, yeah, I think we put this in because we needed them. Oh yes, so we put these in as a kind of like last minute to try and get the people in, so we can try and get the jobs a wee bit better. But if that will last, well, spoiler, it doesn't. But this is me just making sure that anyone who can do a job is doing a job, and especially where they need to be, because I know we're not maxing out our farms, but at the size of what this is, I don't think we need to worry too much about doing it. Like, yeah, it would be great, it would be fantastic to max out all of our farmers, but we've got plenty of food at the moment. I think we've got like over 2k. Me looking back at the preview, it's a bit fuzzy because for editing reasons, I have it at a low resolution. So I'm sure that it will be fine. But it's just one of those things. Although, yeah, looking at the water levels, I mean, we're not even halfway through this drought properly, I don't think. And we're about to lose all the Spardock, and none of it's actually growing. I think we do catch like 5 or 6 of them, but it's really not worth it. And it's the same with these water pumps, is they are just not reaching down to that far level, just because of how it is. But this is me kind of looking at dynamite, making sure that are we able to dynamite, because that will be quite huge if we can. But we are still just waiting for that original floodgates and stuff sorted. And then I'm kind of thinking, where do I want to put the next forester? Because obviously if we fill up this reservoir over here, we are going to be able to farm a lot of that land. So we're just kind of thinking, where do we want them? Putting in oak here. Again, oak is going to be our best returns. It does take a while to do, but when it does, it's very nice. Now here's my first mistake. Here's a mistake that I wish I could stop myself from doing. I got rid of the pine here instead of keeping it and letting it grow and just not cut it down. So I don't think it makes too much of an impact on this episode, but it definitely delays us, because ideally I would have liked to have put a tapper shack in, but hey, it's just one of those things that I end up sorting later on in the episodes. But right here, we're looking at the bad water source, and I'm trying to find where the bad water cap is, which I believe is in water. The wasp. Yep, there we go. So we've got the bad water rig, and we've got the dome. Would love to get the rig on at least one of them, and then dome the other one. We're just nowhere near, absolutely nowhere near the ability to do that yet. We still have, look at all the grey buildings, and these are all grey buildings that we need. You know, none of the buildings that I've put in place are just like, oh, we'll just see what happens. It's like, no. We need all these buildings in place. We just don't have the building capacity or the wooden stuff. So I looked at it. I went, we have loads of carrots in stock, like absolutely. I think we've got over a K of carrots at this point. So what my plan is to let them unfarm the land. I think there's all of our water dying. So we do get a fair amount of Spardock ready, but I don't think it's going to be worth growing it any longer. Especially, well, I wouldn't say any longer, but I think in the current setup, it's just not viable. I mean, to have one beaver or two beavers to farm it, for it to then just be ruined before it's good. And then we've also need to grill it, you know, and again, it's just one of those things where, is it worth it for us? So it's been dead handy in the early game as a source of food. I would not knock it at all. I think if you are doing a folktale story, a folktale playthrough, absolutely need to have it there. Really handy. So we have quite a bit of wood that's just lying on this other side. So we do try to pick that up as and when we can. But you know, set these guys to plant so that as soon as the water is in, they can just start going, and it'll be fandabidozy. We do still have a little bit of irrigation because of our little water trap. So hopefully those little bits of potatoes are over there will get us working. So this is me looking at large water pump. This is where I'm I know I'm going to make my next mistake as I rush a bit too much. So I don't know if you can see there, but it requires treated planks, which require pine, which requires a tapper, which requires pine cheese, which I have just deleted all of my pine cheese. So there is a moment of complete and utter panic when I realised that I don't have any at all. I have no pines, which then means, well, that's not good if you don't have any pines. So taking back our builders a little bit to try and free up some more jobs. Obviously, since it's a drought, we don't have any of the farmers really working. So that's kind of perfect. But we still need all the other kind of hauling jobs or the tech jobs or anything like that. This is me kind of debating on where I can save power, because at the minute all we've got is one wheel guy and 2 windmills. I do expand the windmill field, but it's still not at a level of like sustainability. Especially if we're just having droughts again and again and again, it's just not going to be worth it. So I did kind of bite the bullet, put in some medium tanks along here. Kind of get annoyed that I can't line any of them up, especially with the water being there. So I end up going on a bit of a deleting the path, just so I can make sure I can line them up. And honestly, I think especially in like this kind of game mode, there's no such thing as too much water. And we actually do start to struggle for water, which sounds like strange, but you'll see in a minute how I managed to mess that up. So this is me just making sure that we can get all the wood and planks that we possibly can, but it's just logs, so I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, I know we've only got 27 or 27 odd in the storage capacity, but I think we're fine. I'm not too worried about it at all. This just requires planks and cogs or wheels. No, gears. That's the word. Which we are always kind of running a bit short on, but we do expand that as well. Don't worry. So we've now got that the drought is over. So we're putting everyone back to work in the farms, and then since we're going to get a bit more power as well, we'll be happy. But yep, this is, I mean, currently our entire power structure is just of these 2 windmills and a beaver running in circles. I think we're still doing very well for that scenario. But we have the water coming in. It's going to make sure our trees are working. It's going to get our food situation up and going as well. The beavers here will be very, very happy. I think now looking about it, I probably should put 3. I should probably full stack the beaver huts, or the efficient farms, just so that we can get that done as quickly as possible. But, you know, it's just one of those things that we live and we learn, and we figure out what works, what doesn't work for next time. And honestly, at this point, it's a bit of a, you know, hindsight 2020. But, you know, as it is, we just have to deal with it. I did decide to get rid of these water pumps here because, well, we're just not using them anymore. I don't really want to be pumping out of this area, especially since I have plans for this area, which is just to be plans for here is to blow it up and create a massive water storage so that our farms never run out of water, hopefully. Especially the fact with the new irrigation rules as well, I don't particularly want to be doing a bunch of dumping water just for it to be ruined. Obviously there's only so much we can do, but you know, it is what it is. So running out of power, which is always fun. So I think this is where I've had a great idea, which is, hold on a minute, I've got flowing water here that's right next to it, so I'm going to put in water wheels in the bad water station to try and utilize some of that free power. If it does sound like, it probably will come across, if it does sound like I am a bit tired, that's because I was up at 5 in the morning today, which may not seem early for a lot of people, but it is for me, and especially on Christmas Day, which is when I'm recording this, so it comes out on Wednesday. But yeah, so my wife had to go into work, so I was up with her, and I thought I'll re-record this just as I've woken up, just after I've dropped her off, and I thought, well, I might as well re-record this so I can make sure that I still make my my Monday, Wednesday, Friday quota that I've kind of self-imposed on myself. So that should be fun. So just making sure that we can get all the power that's imaginable here. I think I do end up slightly redesigning these. Oh no, I don't redesign, but like I change paths or pathing, and I always like to have these little bridges going over. So we have the next drought coming. We do not have the best situation. I mean, our food is good, our water is good. I think we should, in theory, be out of the water issues if I am a smart boy. Hint, hint. I'm not very smart. So, looking at it, I thought, well, we should have enough to be able to do a large water pump soon. But we learned very quickly why it's a good thing that this is a video game and not me genuinely being an idiot and being in charge of everything. So, but we do, like, very quickly, we do surprisingly get this system up in place, which I didn't think we were going to get, like, at all this episode. I thought it was going to be like another 2 episodes with focusing, but we're not even I mean, it is it is a high prioritize, but like there's other things that I need built So, but I was trying to get a medium tank in here somewhere. I just couldn't decide where I wanted to put it. And I thought, well, we don't really need berries in this playthrough. I mean, we do. They're handy to have, but they're not like as crucial as the iron teeth, where the iron teeth need berries to live and repopulate. So I just went, well, do you know what? Screw it. We'll just get rid of some berries, and we should be fine. But this is me building, or I think this is where I make another terrible mistake and build a large water pump. But before I build a large water pump, I was like, oh well, I'll make sure I have the resources to do it. I don't check. I do not check at all. So this is kind of getting very quickly done, which is nice. We do have one wheel up here in the bad water, and it is actually generating like over 150 HP, which is actually really useful. Especially since we currently don't have anything over there. But we did manage to get our 3 medium tanks up and running. We'll set them to obtained by haulers, and we'll get them to prioritize as well. Yeah, still trying to think, where do I want to put this? I do end up putting it where the berries are and just deleting a bunch of berries, because again, I don't think we really need them. They're handy, they're just not as important, you know. But looking at Explosives Factory, looking at our signs, need 400, we don't have 400, and then we also need then 600 for the actual dynamite itself. So it is a bit of a sticky situation to try and get in, but we are definitely wanting it, because when we do create this next reservoir over here, oh, it is so nice. And then there's our start of our next drought. I think that's a 18-day drought. Again, the resolution's a bit funky for me. Yeah, let's say 18, and then everyone in the comments, you can tell me, no, you're an idiot, Wasp. It's actually 20 days or whatever it is. But speaking of the comment section, whilst Pass Wasp is just trying to make sure everything's going along, I do really appreciate feedback. Don't get me wrong, I really do appreciate it. There has been a couple of feedbacks. One of you by, I believe, I'm gonna absolutely butcher everyone's name here. But one of them was Brigid the Irish. I am so sorry. He kind of mentioned camera movements and it's a bit jittery. Sorry about that. I have everything set to default. I don't really mess with camera settings as much because it's smooth, or not smooth. Like there's no differentiations between buzz and editing or whatever. So I think when I next get into Timberborn, which might be later today, because I still need to record Friday's episode, I will try and see if I can sort that out. But unfortunately, I can't do that for this episode. We also know that we had we've had a few. We've had 3. Let's be honest. But I have really enjoyed having that feedback from people watching the videos. And I think I put up a post earlier on saying thank you for getting the episode 1 of this like high up. I mean, it's at the minute of recording the voiceover. Episode 1 is at 300 views, 8 likes. I think I posted up saying, oh, I know it doesn't seem huge, but like knowing that people are watching and liking these videos, it's huge for me, especially episode 2 as well, is now up at 50 views as well, knowing that people are coming back. So I just want to say a huge thank you. And please do keep, commenting. I enjoy the feedback. I enjoy talking to people, especially when people have like fixes or they say, no, look, you want to do this. It's, I'm fine with criticism. please do just let me know. But sorry, back to Timberborn after that bit of a ramble. I think one of the things that we were talking here is redoing that kind of whole area where our industrial quotation area is. So I kind of bite the bullet. I put the housing down here just to get it out the way. I just decided to go for the triple lodges because it will give us our most beavers. And then I kind of have a think about it. Do I want to have faced them in the other direction, looking towards the town, rather than just like looking into the abyss behind me at the moment, but in front of them? But you know what? It's fine. Beavers don't really care, so just putting the pathway in as well. Then kind of realised that I'm gonna have to be quite, or not smart, but I'm gonna have to be quite clever in the sense I'm gonna have to make sure they get built in specific orders so that we don't get full on population, because the new houses that I've literally just put in this episode is going to be destroyed and removed. So decided to get these other water wheels up and running now that we have this kind of power shaft all the way done, which again I am shocked that we're able to do it, but hey ho. Also wanting to prioritize this power shaft over here as well. Obviously the best time to do this is obviously in a drought where we're just like sat doing not a lot because we don't have a lot of power, so we're just like, well, it's just mess around with power. And we have the logs, we have over 100, I think that's over 170, so get these new grills up and running as well. And because we're no longer doing Spardock, I think we're still in game doing Spardock, yeah, I think this is where I decide to bite the bullet on it, because we do dry up that lake once more, and we do just kind of bite the bullet, unfortunately. It's just not worth it. I mean, you're taking minimum, I believe 2 or 3 beaver jobs away where, you know, they could be doing research or building or hauling, and it's just better. But you know, it is what it is, and we just try and do the best we can. So we use the food as much as we can. I do want to make sure, yeah, see there's me pausing because I don't actually want people moved in yet. Want to make sure it's all built before we get rid of all this lot. And then what I'm also thinking is, this is what I think is a big brain move, is we've got these houses here. Yeah, we could move them, but at the moment they're actually okay where they are. So I thought, well, why don't we put the large piles on top of the houses? You know, it's going to be fine just where they are. So since we know we've got 3 different types, as in logs, planks and metal, we'll just put them up there. I think that works perfectly fine. It may not be like the most optimal thing, but this playthrough is not a most optimal playthrough. It's just trying to survive and make sure that we get our space as much as possible. I also know we have a ton of wood, or a bunch of logs. So I end up deleting this, this whole area here, tell them to pick it up, put in a staircase here, and then straight away we have storage. I thought, I don't know if maybe it was in like an old update or earlier on or something, that they were only ground only buildings, but you know, unless I'm completely wrong, I'm sure if I am, someone will let me know. But yeah, we just set all these to obtain just so that we can then move and then get the spaces elsewhere, because we really do need a lot of space. So but just looking at these, trying to get our water wheels up and running the best we can as well. I am considering, do we need more lumberjacks? Because I mean, but the thing is, we've got 4 lumberjacks and they're just not cutting and like fast enough. But it's just one of those things, you know, where we're in a situation of just, we need more and more wood. So coming back, getting more wood planked, getting rid of all the pine, which I instantly regret very, very quickly. Now we're about halfway through the episode. I do quickly learn that was a huge mistake on my behalf. There's the Spardock, and yep, theirs is about to lose all of it. Set all of our little farmers to harvest so that they can go get all the potato and carrots as much as possible. Even though we do still have like a fair amount in reserves, it's always better to have more. We always need more food. So that's getting all that sorted. Now that that pathway is connected, we can just delete them. Tell someone to come pick this up as quickly as possible. And then this is where I make a decision where I'm happy with. I don't think it's horrible, but I'm pretty sure someone will tell me otherwise. It's kind of like the same idea that I had the farmhouse, which is to get rid of the current pathway for power and put in this new one that actually comes to the right of the industries and then up and over, which I think's fine. Like, I don't think it's going to, like break a game element or whatever. But when we actually put it in practice, we end up finding that it's really nice to have storage underneath your buildings. Really, really useful. Again, it's controversial because people might say it's not terribly efficient, but I think it works just fine. If I wanted to be efficient, I would change my whole personality. Especially when it comes to like I want efficiency, don't get me wrong, but I'm not going to try and like hurt my brain to be the most. I mean, it's just not worth it for me personally. So try and get rid of all these berries as much as possible so that when we put in the large water pumps, we can put in the medium tank in a nice position. Because the other thing is we need to move the pathways back, and then there might be a moment here of pure panic. Yeah, this episode is a lot of mistakes happen, and I don't know why, because it's like I'm not dumb at this game. Well, at least I don't think I'm dumb at this game. But like a lot of just simple things, I don't think 5 steps ahead, which is really, really strange. But it is what it is. I was thinking of getting some underground piles. I think they would be hugely needed and really appreciated. But especially where we are at the minute, we just need space. I would rather fill that space, and there's all the water gone. So hopefully our beavers can grab all the raw potatoes and carrots and fill up all that area as much as we can. Oh yeah, so it's 2 beavers, but I've got them down to just 1 beaver at the moment. That's it. So the aquatic farmhouse, unfortunately, will just go. Yeah. I think I tell this guy to literally just pack it in very soon, because I'm just like, it's not worth it. And then it does mean we can get rid of the Spardock production line and get it replaced with someone else, So just tell these beavers to prioritize this little escapist area so that we can move all this. Again, we're not really needing to come up here because we don't have the bad water, or we don't have the explosives factory, which requires the bad water. So if we don't have it, then we don't need to get up here. So, and then I go on a bit of a delete happiness of where I just delete a bunch of stuff that we don't really need at all. But I kind of do a look at the explosives factory, figure out where I want to build it. Don't worry, I instantly change. I think this is, yep. So here's the harsh decision. I'm building a medium warehouse, extending it with platforms and then putting the explosives factory on top. And again, the reason I'm doing this is so that we can then store the explosives factory down below. And power wise, we're fine. I mean, having a bit of uppity up and down and trying to get power shafts in the right place, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to stress about it, especially with the great new feature of flipping buildings. We've now actually got like, yeah, perfect. Nice, easy. It's going to be dead space for us anyway, so we might as well utilise it in a way that suits us more than it suits the game. So, I think this is where I make another dumb mistake. I go, well, that's the water sorted. Can't pump it anymore, so let's just push all the water back. Let's highly prioritise it. Let's put in our water guys, and let's put in a large water pump. And we go, yep, perfect. So hopefully this will get built very, very soon. And then I go, oh crap. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. It needs treated wood. Oh no, is this not where I've done it yet? I think it's soon though. I think it's very, very soon. I think this is it here. Yep, there we go. Instant panic. Instant of, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. Put back all the small water pumps because I realised how much I screwed up. Yeah, wasn't the best play for me. I think we actually do suffer for it as well a little bit. I don't think we suffer hugely, but we definitely do suffer for it. Especially the fact of we don't have a lot of water in storage at the moment. So it's yeah, it's not great. It wasn't a great plan by me. And I think I also messed up the priorities because I prioritized other things rather than prioritizing the water situation, which, yeah, wasn't a smart play by me, but, you know, it was a play by me. So, hey-ho. So again, we just extend this little platform out, put down another large pile, set it to treated planks, and, well, there you go. I mean, that's it kind of sorted where we have all the major stuff. We don't have dirt, but I don't think we're going to get dirt in anytime soon. Like, I don't even know if I will mess with dirt. I mean, I will probably have to mess with dirt in this Let's Play to just, like, sort things out. But, I mean, majorly going forward, I don't know. We'll see. We probably will, but I just don't know where we'll do it. So again, this is where I kind of have a wood workshop to make pines. Do I put it down there? Well, why should I put it down there? Let's just do the medium warehouse plan, just to make things nice and neat. Because honestly, I think I like it. Like, I know where people may be like, oh, but you're then like messing around with height for power and so on and so forth, but it's also quite handy to have the storage really nearby, especially when you've got a situation of just ease, you know. Had to completely forgot to put the blooming pathing in for there, so we sorted that out very quickly. And again, look at that. We've now got pine resin for underneath. We've got explosives for underneath there. And you're just like, why wouldn't you? You know, for the cost of 2 planks, I think it's being efficient. So, you know, it is what it is. And hopefully it pays off and, you know, no one sits there and be's mad at me. But this is where I kind of realised that I definitely need pine. And then realised that, well, it's realistically not going to be there. So I then kind of panic a little bit because I'm like, I don't think I have the ability to get water as soon as the drought ends. Because I think we've only got like 160 odd or 180, I think. And realistically, I should not be prioritising the explosives factory. Should not be doing that. We should be prioritising over everything the actual construction of the water pumps. But I think I made a small mistake there, but hey ho. So we are going to put the forester for our little pine and also our maples. Can't forget our maples. Over in this corner, we do find some pine over here that somehow is still staying dry because of how the irrigation features work. So that's fantastic news. So what we end up doing is we realise we don't have the science for it. But I don't think we're that far off. I think the science is 500 when we're only like 490 odds. So we knew it was going to be too long. There we go. I think that's actually us at 500. Yeah, perfect. We are going to then make that area pine and maple land. But then we need our gears. As always, we always need gears. I don't think there's been an episode where we've not panicked about the fact that we don't have gears up and running. But hey ho, it is what it is. So, but making sure that we are building everything that we can with all the wrong priorities. But you know, it is what it is. It's just something that we have to learn. Keep pausing these houses so we don't grow our population more than we want to. Because as soon as these houses are built, we're going to do a bit of a switcheroo where we delete the houses that we built this episode to then unpause these new houses as well. So I think that's me finally getting smart, yeah, because we're now finally out of water. Yeah, it's not good. It's really not good. Especially the fact of kind of need a lot of water. So this is me just getting like prepped whilst I had time to put in some maple on this side. Yep, and then some pine on this side. We'll also probably put do you know what we haven't done chestnuts. So what we'll probably do is when I get back into it and we get into the save, we will probably cut down a couple of those pines because really you don't need a lot of pines. Actually we'll maybe cut down half the pines and half the maples and just get some chestnuts going because again they're nice and easy for food. The only issue, and I think I bring this up, is the fact that if the chestnuts die, they're really bloody annoying to get back. So this is me just trying to make more gears as quickly as I can. Because we desperately need gears all the time. We are about to get the drought being over, but we are suffering with our water situation. Like, a lot. Because it was not a smart play by myself. We do manage to get one pump up and running over there. I think this is where we do the swap of we empty or we turn all those houses on, we delete all these. Nice and easy, and we don't get any homeless beavers, I don't think, which is nice. We do get 2 pumps going, but then, well, I guess it doesn't matter too much because the water level was already so far below what we could pump. We were always going to run out of that water. But that's the drought ended. We are now on to our next cycle, which I believe is cycle 10. And we will continue to strive forward. Especially the fact that we are in good position. We just need to stop making stupid mistakes. Especially when it comes down to our water situation. I think it is just being really daft. But there's the decision we make. We got rid of the spire docks. We are just going to tell these guys to delete this whole area. because I still for the life of me don't know. I mean, I've looked it up, I could probably look more into it, but I just find it's easier to delete them. So, but there's our, we can actually now see the irrigation around where our new forester and our new pine guy is going to be. So, but we also realize that we have way too much housing, like open beds. We can't support all those new beavers potential, so we'll just turn them off for now, and keep our beaver production at a respectable small amount of beavers. I think we're under 40. So one of the things I did want to do here though was to increase our power slightly. So I ended up putting in some more windmills as well, which I think, it's always handy to have more power. So especially when we're kind of in a situation where during droughts we don't have the ability to keep water going. Again, I would love to put domes in, and a bad water rig, so that we can keep producing, bad water, and by normal pump or by the rig itself, but I don't think we're near it so far. But we do have a good amount of power coming through now. Sorry, my mind kind of went blank there. We do have our water production up and running again. It's just not fantastic, especially when you go down to zero. It's like a mountain to climb to get back up to a good water situation, especially when you don't have the resources, which we kind of don't have. And I think we're just low on builders, because we are kind of spread out a little bit too thin, but I don't think this map will ever really warrant us having a second district. It's not that huge a map, it's fairly regular, or it's fairly small personally, so I think it's perfectly fine for what it is. I do kind of panic and put in some more, or at least one extra water dump, but again, I think what we're going to do is next episode we're going to strive as much as possible to get our large water pumps up and running, so that we can get it sorted and ready going onwards. But we'll just have to wait and see. Metal we're fine with, so I end up pausing metal just because we have a bunch of scrap metal just lying around and we're not producing it. I think I do turn the metal production back on for the 2 buildings that require it, I think, anyway. Again, it is what it is. Turning off all the Sparadoc production and also some potatoes that were down here. Trying to move that as much as possible over to where all the other food is. Try to keep things, fairly organised, fairly easy as well for the beavers to get to. Don't need them going, crazy if the food is closer to them. So this is me just getting rid of all the Sparadoc that we had, or the potential, swapping them around, just so that we can actually utilise all this space that we have. Here's our bad tide approaching now, which is going to be interesting, because I end up getting an idea here where, hold on a minute, if we have bad tides we're getting no production really. So what I thought is, we'll put water wheels in here so that even during bad tides we can benefit from the water, which is a great idea, but the problem is I plan it and then I kind of get into a situation of, I don't want to put anyone in there because it'll be bad water and it's going to be really bad. But we do plan it. We connect up to our system fairly easily, actually. There was no complicatedness about it. It was dead simple. You know, we just made a simple connection here, put in our high power shafts, put in a 4-way power shaft, moved the path slightly, just because I think that path might come in handy. And that was it. Dead easy. And I think we do actually put that in today. Or I think we get the majority of it in today. And then it also means in a normal water, we are even getting more power. So never ever going to be ashamed of having too much power at all. It's going to be huge for us. So this guy is complaining that there isn't anything to tap. That's because no one decided to build these stairs, because the foreman decided to not mark them as a priority. Don't know who that would be. So, but in here, I think we are just missing gears, but again, we are making them. It's a bit of a mess. As always is, I tried to try and fit in like another lumber mill somewhere just to make it easy, and I could, like, what I could do is I could demolish the power shafts at the moment and put it in, but I just thought, why do that when I just have more main storage for an item, and just put it on top and share it with gear. So I don't know what I actually end up selecting here. I think I kind of go back and forth a little bit to decide, and I think I end up just putting in more gears, was it? Yeah, I think I end up putting in more gears. Or did I not select it? I might have not. Oh no, I think I do. Yeah, I just kind of decide, not gonna be worth it. Might as well just leave it. And then I end up thinking, well, do I delete the power shaft or not? I decide not to. I don't think it was worth it at all. I kind of start struggling for space, and also start struggling for science as well. Because making the decision to what to buy at this point is really huge. So we do want to get this done. Bad tide starts, so we have to remember to pause it and bump up our entire protection. And as we see here, all the bad tide goes out. Fan dabidoze. And we don't leak like last time. Because that was really bad of us, where we kind of had a bit of a spillage situation, where our bad tide kind of mixed in with our good water, but I think we just got incredibly lucky as well with our the fact that it didn't go all the way down and get anyone sick. I don't know how we managed to do it. Like, honestly, it was just, it was a headache thinking about it. So trying to prioritize what to build here is always fun, but I do make the decision to delete part of these potatoes to create our little path for our dynamite to go in, so that we can then start storing up all that area with water, which will then mean that it will all be naturally irrigated, which will be very, very nice when it works. I don't know why I prioritized the pine. I think that's just for water reasons, like knowing we were running low on water as well. Yeah, I do end up doing the explosives factory as well anyway. I do make, I don't know. Oh yes, I forgot about this. Forget how annoying that beavers can't build diagonally, which makes no sense. So get that in, and then we can actually start tapping into this water, kind of the water power, which is huge. I mean, it really is. It really helps out so much. But I think we're in a very good position, you know. Water wise could be better. Food wise, I think we're fine for how we are. No one's ever starved so far in a while. And even if we were to lose all of our food, at like say at the end of a drought, I think we have the ability to remake it back and not have an issue. So I think we are fine there. But I did want to build a builder's hut, just to help out our builders at the minute, because we have a lot of projects. I think this is now where we can start hitting our stride with projects and start going, right, this is it. Make sure that we've got as much going as possible. So I think that will be nice when it can be up and running, because I mean, if they can't even chop down these things quickly, then it's like, well, I think that kind of shows where our building power is, and it's just not as strong as where I'd like it to be. So we end up building that in, making it nice and easy. Just for now, not wanting to break that connection, because obviously our water is again not great. Sorry, I have a really sore throat today. My apologies. So there's some windmills coming in. We do finally have the explosives factory up and running, so we will make sure to get our bad water pump going. Create more create not just more explosives, but finally create explosives. Get these guys to be prioritized, and now we can actually enjoy, and I mean this, we can really, really enjoy the fact that we can trap all this water. And I thought, well, tell you what, might as well get that farmer hut, which we threatened to do ages ago, to get into place, so he can just always be set to harvest and the other guys can be set to planting. We do get the builder's hut up and running, but I don't think anyone's in there at the moment. And then just continually making sure that we have enough power and so on. We do put in a little lumber mill there, and another cheeky one in there. Especially the fact that it's so easy to build. It's like, well, might as well, you know. Make sure our planks production is up and running. Even though that I do think we have a fair amount of planks. I think we only have 30 at the moment, but we have the production for it. It's just getting it together. So here's another small mistake, which is I end up deleting this stair here. Because I think, oh, we never need to go in here again, and then I realised, well, actually we can deepen this hole even more to store even more water. So, because I think what we're going to do is we're just going to deepen it as much as we can, and then the actual water pumping station, we will only just pump down to, or we'll just explode down to maybe 4 levels, so that our large water pumps can get all the resources as much as possible, and then it's not like a full waste or whatever. So it is what it is. It is what it is. And I don't think we even had the treated planks just yet, so we can't really build them at the moment. I do think we get one of them up and running by the end of the episode, or at least I think we get one like threatened to get up and running, but that's fine. We start opening up a couple more jobs, because we know we're about to get a massive influx of industrial people, because we are finally expanding it to like a really nice level as well. And I thought, well, where are we going to put our other houses if we need it? And I thought, well, we'll just put it behind these guys. Yeah, this is where I'm like, oh, they're just looking in front, but they've got the little back windows. Their back windows face the town. But I think if we need to build more, we might just build them on top, or what we'll probably more likely do is we'll just face them back to back, so they can stare into each other's bedrooms. Yeah, there we go. If like, oh, we'll just build them like that, and do you know what? That's fine. It doesn't, again, it's not to be like a neat playthrough or like incredibly like, oh, this is an aesthetic and this is how I want these. No, these beavers here are to work and to survive. They don't care about aesthetics. But we do finally get the wood workshop, I think it's called, up and running, so we can create some treated planks, and that will be able to get us our large water pumps up and running massively. I think, yeah, I end up just pausing the metal because we don't need it at the moment. Get these dynamites in, and then we upset a lot of beavers here by deleting a pathway, putting in one dynamite, and there's a kind of moment of like everyone going, I can't get to my jobs. It's like, well, you know, just hold fast for 5 minutes and we'll be fine. We'll be in a position where we don't need to worry about it, like, at all. I will probably never do another like 7 a.m. recording. It is way too early to record for my voice and for your ears, honestly. So after we exploded that, we now have our channel, which we've been hoping to get for so long. So we put in just a little bridgeway, and now that we know that's a possibility, not a possibility, but now we know that's available, we start thinking about what we're going to plant in this area. And so what we're going to do is we're going to put in 2 medium warehouses. We're then going to put 2 efficient farms on top, with just our little our kind of like simple staircase down, like so. And we know that's going to get everywhere, and will be sorted. And I do sit and think, oh, what are we going to put? What are we going to put in? I said, well, we want to get bread production up, honestly, because bread is going to be really handy for us to have and really nice to have. So we end up putting down that kind of wheat area, and then I thought, well, we're going to need a grits mill. So I kind of go back and forth a little bit of where do I want to put it, and I thought, well, why don't we just put it like up with these lumberjacks? So again, we just build our little warehouse situation. Takes me a while to figure it out. Like, I remember just like going quiet at this point, because like my brain was just like bum 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 bum, just trying to figure out, right, how am I going to build this? What's going to be good? What's going to be the most efficient way? Obviously must pause this, or what's going to happen is bloody beavers are going to build it so that they build the storage before they build the power connection, which is not going to be good at all. But yeah, so we build the next storage, and I think, yeah, we end up moving this a little bit just to make it a bit neater. Don't need all these planks in place. Yeah, just put in a basic set. Did I put in... I don't know actually what I've done here, because that's going to connect, it's going to give us power. That's going to be wheat. Wheat then makes the wheat grit, or whatever it's called. Oh, it's the bakery. The bakery doesn't require power. That's what I've done. But then... oh, did I just do... yeah, I did. I just did a simple power shaft over, connect them up. I was sat there going, I don't know what I've done there. I'm sure it was the correct thing to do, but oh yeah, because then I wanted to make sure all of our kind of production stuff was over here. So I think we end up putting in a new warehouse for our bakery. Kind of again teasing where I'm going to put it. I do love the flip ability. Oh, it is. The fact that it's innately in the game is so huge. It's so brilliant as well. Get that bread sorted as well. Wheat flour, wheat flour. And I think I do set the priorities quite high on them just to get them. Or did I just leave them? I think I just leave them. But at least it's sorted. At least it's in the planning process. I think, you know, we did incredibly well for this episode. Again, it's a bit of a hullabaloo with all of our small hiccups, but you know, I think we did pretty well. This is me just planning, obviously, the massive explosion situation, to deepen this as much as we can, because I think it is going to be nice to get as deep as possible, and yeah, that's only 2 deep in the crater. So we put this stair back, max out priority just so it can get built as quickly as possible, and then we just hope to explode this whole area out. Yeah, I think it is going to be the best thing for us, and then just put our little pathways in so that no one can complain that we are not. It means that when we put our dynamite in, no one can complain that they can't reach it. So, nice, simpled, relaxed. I'm not worried about this for now. I want them to build other things. So, looking back, I might change. Yeah, looking back, I'm going to change the priorities a little bit. Just so that when they do have dynamite, they can put stuff in, and it's just only when they don't have dynamite they can do other things. So, and again, it's the same as this. Bread's going to take quite a while before it's going to be, you know, a possibility for us, and all that's going to do is just take away beavers, which we just don't need for now. And I think we have a contaminated beaver, actually, if I remember correctly, because someone decided to go in and no, we do. We have a contaminated beaver because they've went down to get that wood that's down there. So some idiot decided, I'm gonna go get wood in the bad water. Well, you were very smart. We are out of water again, but I'm not too worried about it for now. I think we only just ran out of water, so I think we're okay. Pardon me, bless me, whatever it is. So this is where I go, right, we're going to do it. We're going to build a large water pump, pop it in. Perfect, we're happy. Well, actually we're not happy because realistically I want to blow this up a little bit more. It's kind of like a, oh yeah, no, I kind of want to, because obviously as soon as it's built, Ellen can't put anything in. So might as well keep doing our dynamiting, getting them in as much as we can. We do have a fair amount of pine resin stored, and we also have a fine amount of dynamite stored, especially for like the size we are at the moment. Again, I want to expand our industrial area, but knowing how the folktales are, I'm just not that worried. You know, like, I'd rather get our water and our food massively sorted, and then our industrial is just there to keep. Well, I mean, that is kind of the thing for everyone, but you know, I think we're in a very nice position. And I think what I'm going to do is, just while all this kind of last stuff gets sorted, I'm just going to go for a bit of a ramble. So obviously we get our dynamite in, which then means we can get one of our large water pumps in, and we will be doing this down the line and getting them sorted as quickly as possible as well. So, but yeah, I'm just going to go for a bit of a ramble. First of all, as this is my first kind of comment or kind of voiceover after the fact, it's interesting. Definitely, it's interesting. But I think I definitely prefer doing live commentary. So hopefully people are enjoying this. And hopefully they're enjoying this series as well. Like, I really do hope that people are enjoying it, having fun, enjoying seeing me be an idiot and having fun with this game. I really do appreciate when people subscribe, because it lets me know that people care, and are more than happy to keep watching. I'm still going to put out Timberborn videos as long as people are happy for me to keep playing them. I am thinking about I have done like my XCOM series in the past, and I did a City Skylines one. They just I wasn't enjoying them as much as I thought I was, and they were also not getting views as much. I know that sounds horrible, but I want to make sure that everyone's enjoying what I'm putting out. And if people are enjoying Timberborn and they're not enjoying XCOM, well, then I'm going to put Timberborn out, because that's how it's just going to work. It's just going to be better in that way. So I just want to say thank you for everyone who is watching. Thank you for everyone who's liking as well. That's really nice. It's really appreciated. And again, please do comment down below. Even if it's just as simple stuff as that the something Irish guy said, that the camera movements are a bit rusty, then that's fine. I'll try and look in to see if there's a smoother way or a smoother settings. But I'm just gonna leave you that the fact that we got our reservoir sorted, we are getting a large water pump in, and from everyone here, I say from everyone here, it's me and my wife, but it is what it is. I would just like to say thank you.